Cool Kid. What it is. How's it going, cool kids? Welcome back to another resplendent day of being alive. And remember, this is how you deal with toxic people. Now, I do have to tell you guys, I have dealt with some toxic people. It is an occupational hazard in this life. But what I want to make sure you guys know is how to spot them. And we're going to go over that. We're going to go over latest silver purchase. And yeah, I want you guys to not be caught unawares by these parasites with personality disorders. And they're becoming more and more common in the world today. So we're going to cover some basics. And you're going to say, oh, wow, I know people like this. And there's a reason for that. It's about a quarter of people, up to, and at a minimum, it's about 10%, 10 to 12%. But it's because of social media and new cultural norms, decadence, and all that, and just the way we're raising our kids now. Did you know that spoiling your child, giving in to all their wants, needs, and desires, actually makes them more likely to have a personality disorder? Yeah, I know. Who'd have thought, right? But anyway, we're going to cover all that. But more importantly, we're going to cover some silver stuff. All right, Renegade, come here. Come here, Renegade. Come here. Renegade, say hi to the cool kids. So Renegade's our most chill cat. She's like, well, she's not chill. If she gets startled, she'll jump. But other than that, she's really chill, affectionate, we'll say. She's our most affectionate cat. Where's the turd? Anyway, the turd is rain. All right, we're going to do this. Let's do this, guys. You ready? So first thing is we're going to open her up. Okay. And then we're going to get into the 10 signs that you're dealing with a toxic person. That's a lot of packaging, considering this is one freaking coin. Oh, we got a loose coin, folks. It was in a capsule, all that packaging. And yeah. Well, anyway, there we go. Now, this is the coin. This is the one Rand, South African. Got this for like $8. Let me tell you what it's worth. We'll look it up real quick. It's gonna be amazing, guys. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about homeschooling? That's been a topic I've been discussing on the Facebooks lately. Homeschooling. So there's a lot of debate on that, there's no wrong answers, I guess. All right. Now remember I said last video, 1967. Right, that was the year. Here we go. So if I can get one of these for $8.30, that seems like a pretty good deal. But the thing is, silver's getting higher, and I'm with the Kansas Kid on this. You got to ask yourself, is it worth raising your dollar cost average? Now, the answer to that is actually, it depends on whether or not you have a base position, a core position. If you have 1,000 ounces, 2,000 ounces, whatever your goal is, then you don't need to buy silver right now. Unless you think it's going to make a moonshot, and that's up to you. That's speculation. By all means, I would advise against it, but it's your money, man. It's your currency, rather. This is your money. This is money. This is real money. And this is about 0.4 of an ounce almost. And we got it for $8.30. And there you go. I don't know what else we can say about that. It's silver under melt. Silver under melt is good. We like silver under melt. Let's look at the design, I guess, a little bit. 1 rand. Zali Dead Gloria. And then South Africa, 1967. There it is. It's really a simple, basic modern coin. It's not extravagant. It's not beautiful. It's not something that's sought after. That's why I was able to get it under belt. All right, now let's get to this. The point is, what was the purity on that coin? That coin was 80%. 80%. So again, no one likes 80%, right? That's why I'm able to get Canadian stuff under belt. Here we go. We're going to go through the 10 signs you're being manipulated, okay? And these are traits of toxic human beings. If there's someone in your life who has these traits, you don't want to do it. Well, it depends on how malignant they are. You want to greystone them. So what you do is you slowly but surely work your way out of their lives. That's if it's a family member or something. If it's someone you don't have to talk to, you just cut them off. If you don't talk to them, they're going to throw a fit, but eventually they're going to quit because you're not giving them to feed. It's all about feed. They're like vampires. They want to suck your life force. They want to steal your essence. They want to take your emotional responses and internalize it into a victory for them. Okay? So don't give them that. All right. The trouble with manipulative people is that they are typically very skilled at coercion and deception. To know if you're in the presence of a manipulator, you must be a keen observer of behavior and know the signs. Here we go. Here are the signs. You're always the one who's wrong. In your discussion, especially your disagreements, somehow the other person ends up the right one and you are the wrong one. You get the silent treatment. A manipulator uses silence to control and punish you for not doing the things they want. If you ask the person the reason for the silence, she might or he might deny anything is wrong or tell you you're being paranoid. Now, this is very common in the covert narcissists, and there's a few other personality disorders, but the point is, if it's a personality disorder, you got to delete them from your life if you can. If they're a family member, you just minimize your contact with them to what has to be. You see them on the holidays and stuff, but and if it's your significant other, do not have children with them. Your children are 50-50 going to have personality disorders because of exposure. So personality disorders have two factors. There's a genetic predisposition and there's the environmental stuff. And the environmental stuff is horrifying. So if you have, say, a covert narcissist like we're talking about here, it's about 50-50 shot of the kid becoming a narcissist because of that. So anyway, moving right along. You feel like a power struggle is underway and your power is in short supply. So you don't feel like you're on even ground. A manipulator needs to have control and superiority in a relationship. So you are not equal. Yeah. You don't feel like you're equal in your relationship. Check these other things. No one thing does it, but if they're doing all this shit, get out of there, man. Don't knock them up or don't get knocked up by them. All right. The person turns on the charm to gain some advantage. So, they're only nice and charming when they want something. Or they're pushing you. They're pushing you to do something that they want. You may not understand their means. A lot of times they don't. The weird thing about narcissists is they just love chaos for the sake of chaos. It's for their express entertainment and their whims. Psychopaths and sociopaths are a little more dangerous, a little more to that. But the narcissists, the narcissists are just as dangerous. They're just more chaotic and less organized with their brand of crazy. This person acts like a martyr or victim. So when you ask for a favor or don't comply with a request, the person becomes melodramatic with the poor me routine. So yeah, you're like, can I have some potato chips? And they're like, oh, this happened to me very recently. Yeah, it's like, and you've bought them food every day for a year, and then you're like, hey, can I have a potato chip? And they're like, I guess so. Wow, or you ate all my chip. They'll bring it up the next day. I got a coworker like this. All right, moving right along. You are sent on frequent guilt trips. You often feel guilty, but in fact, you have nothing to feel guilty about. Now, I do want to let you know, no one of these tells you that they have a personality disorder, but if you start seeing a bunch, that's a red flag. If you see like 5 of these in a person, run away. There's probably no doubt at that point. So yeah. They send you on guilt trips, even though you have no reason to feel guilty about it. They'll come up to you and say something absurd like, I can't believe you didn't mention that whatever it is. And you're like, why would I mention that? Go with your gut on this stuff, guys. There's absolutely no reason for you to feel guilty unless you did something to feel guilty about. Never question yourself. And they prey on normal people who actually have empathy, because they don't. So they will, they'll try to make you feel guilty about shit you shouldn't feel guilty about. And if your gut tells you that, go with it. Okay? Seriously. These people, they'll turn you in knots if you have empathy. They'll turn you in knots, they'll tear you apart. They want an emotional response. It's what feeds them. It's what keeps them going, because they are husks. They're not fully people. They're like shells of people who need to suck the life force out of you to maintain themselves and make themselves feel good. All right. I know it sounds crazy. It doesn't make any sense, but that's how the hell they are. It's implied or said that you're selfish when you don't submit or agree. So if you don't do what they want, you're being selfish. They'll turn the tables and try to make you out to be the self-absorbed one when you don't go along with their wishes. Now, this is basic stuff here, guys. If you tell someone, I don't want to do that, or I don't think that's a good idea, right? And they push, and they keep pushing after you say no, that's a sign. That's a sign. Red flag. Run away. All right. And now, it obviously depends on what they're saying or what it is. Like if you're trying to play a board game and that might not mean they have a personality disorder. But if you're trying to push something else, something bad, let's go rob this bank, or hey, let's have sex, we should have sex. No, okay, well, I think right? Or whatever it is, just know that, I want you to drop out of high school, right? And this high school is no good anyway. You're no good. You're a bad student, blah, blah, blah. Hateful, evil shit like that. Watch out. I'm just thinking of an example. So the individual denies all culpability. In other words, they cannot be wrong. Right? When you suggest that the person is not shooting straight with you, he or she will say, me? No way. I'm not a game player, as they continue game playing. Now, I noticed gender-specific language in 2 of these entries. And I think that's because, you got your overt narcissist here, and you've got your covert narcissist here, and that's usually women. And this is usually men. So that's probably why they're using gender-specific language here. But yeah, the narcissist male, he's going to say, I'm a straight shooter, I'm telling you how it is, and then lie out the side of his mouth. And in no way will they ever say, that was my fault. I did that. That coworker I was saying about, they will deflect blame even when they clearly mess up. And it's really funny to watch because there's like indefensible stuff that goes on. Everybody messes up though. That's not the deal. It's that never once will they accept that they did something wrong. They'll blame others, etc. All right. Manipulators minimize your problems or concerns. Okay, so say you come up to someone and you say, look, I really feel like, when you told me to go kill myself, that wasn't very nice. And they'll say, oh, you're being too sensitive. Oh, quit being a pussy, right? Oh my God, if I told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? That kind of stuff. That's a red flag, guys. Not necessarily those words, but there's context. If you're saying, I scraped my knee and you're crying hysterically and someone's like, well, you'll live, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if someone punches you in the face, and then, say you're in an abusive relationship, and then the next day you come up to them and say, I wish you wouldn't do that anymore. And they're like, oh, come on, I love you. You're just a little too sensitive about that stuff. It's not like I actually hurt you or something. You're right. They're going to minimize how badly they treated you, how they hurt you. Quit being a pussy. That's a good one. All right. The person will frequently withhold. So they'll withhold affection. They'll withhold compliments. When they first meet you, they love bomb you. They tell you you're the world to them. Everything's great. And then once they start to devalue you, it's all a pattern. They will start withholding. They'll not tell you what's on their mind. They will stop being affectionate. So, oh, you look nice today. I love you. None of that. Compliments are gone. Or it'll be conditional. If you feed their ego, maybe they will start acting this way again just for a moment. But once they've totally done the discard, you won't get any of this. You won't get any of this. This will all be gone. You're a piece of shit. And that's the other thing about these personality disorders. You're either good to go or a worthless piece of shit, and there's no in between with them. That's why so many of them become serial killers or mass murderers or just criminals in general, is because they see it's very binary in how they see people. You're either useful or you're not. They see people as objects, means to an end. And that's one reason why they actually do very well in our society, especially the narcissists, because they're very goal-oriented and they're very patient. Whereas, some other personality disorders aren't so patient and are more erratic. The narcissist especially is able to play a long game to manipulate and destroy and get their feed. So anyway, there you go. 10 signs that you are dealing with a toxic person. You might be listening to me and you might say, man, this is, that's my mom, or, oh, that's my Uncle Steve, or whatever. You know what? And that's one thing. It does happen in the family. Just be sure to know what you're dealing with. If you know what you're dealing with, you're not going to be as surprised when they're not nearly as dangerous if you know they exist, right? If you know they're toxic, you're not going to open yourself up for the real abuses. All right. Anyway, have an amazing day. Hope you enjoyed our little talk. And I want you to find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. And I want you to not have to deal. Look at that. That is a metal alignment. I want you to not have to deal with these people, but just know that it's roughly a quarter of all people. It is a spectrum. So not all of them are severe. Some of them are more subtle. Some of them are monsters, just straight up. These people that kill their family and then kill themselves, this kind of stuff. Your serial killers definitely fall in this category. Your molesters, your rapists, your just abusers in general. A lot of them have personality disorders. But that's on the very malignant end of the spectrum, whereas you have these people who are much more subtle about it. So just keep your eyes open. Those 10 signs will tell you what's up. Have an amazing day and find all the collectibles of your dreams. Like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. If you hated it, tell me why in the comments. Bye-bye.